Welcome, ladies and gents. Furiosa. Yes, the Mad Max prequel? Fury Road prequel. First reviews are in. Rotten Tomatoes score is released. And like I always do here with films I'm looking forward to or that I feel you guys may be interested in, or some that are somewhat controversial, I'm going to be taking a look at it. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. And please do consider supporting what I do via Patreon. It's the first link down below, because YouTube loves to demonetize this channel and various videos. And believe it or not, they still earn money from channels when they demonetize them. That's good, isn't it? Anyway, here we have it. Furiosa. Furiosa. A Mad Max saga. First reviews and Rotten Tomatoes score is revealed. Question, is it better than Fury Road? So I actually did a leaked video to this. I had my eyes and ears in Hollywood sources that had seen this film, and they actually said it was reasonably good, to be honest. So I'm curious to see some of these reviews, and it's funny as well because they've since come out and confirmed things which I revealed months ago, i.e. oh, maybe there's a Max cameo. Spoiler alert, there is, but it's like a blink and you'll miss it cameo. Anyway, so like I said, here we have it. Apparently it did receive a 7-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival, which is pretty crazy, to be honest. 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's pretty good. It's not like incredible, but that's not really a marker for me to be concerned by when it comes to critics these days. You know, Rotten Tomatoes, it is what it is, whether it's good or bad there. It's more what they say that's interesting. And that's the interesting thing. Is there a recurring theme? Is there something which looks like studios advise them to say this? We shall see. We shall see. So yeah, 87% on Rotten Tomatoes with 30 reviews. So pretty good, to be honest. The overall consensus, with all due respect to Miller's bonkers vision and his incredible ability to put that vision on screen, Furiosa seems like one of those spin-off graphic novels that plug the gaps between two films in a franchise, but which don't quite match up to the films themselves. 3 out of 10 from the BBC. Don't really care what they have to say. They're scum and degenerates. And they're currently employing Russell T Davies to create a scummy and degenerate version of Doctor Who. 9 years later comes a prequel, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. And Miller, now seemingly ageless at 79, he was 34 when the first one came out, has perhaps given birth to the greatest Max yet, a wheels-up, rock and rolling epic that delivers the origin story of the title character Charlize Theron picked up in Fury Road when she was about 26. So, I mean, pretty good. It's interesting to see the difference between the two reviews. Again, this is what I like to look for. Are there differences? Are there running themes? Is there consistency? The chassis may look familiar, but there is a very different engine driving Furiosa from that of Fury Road. It's a rich, sprawling epic that only strengthens and deepens the Max mythology. It shall ride eternal. That's nice. Nice to say just about Mad Max mythology overall, which I think is the compelling part of this overall is, you know, the whole saga is just what the hell's going on in the world. In a sense, Dementus is a character artificially contrived to give Furiosa someone to face off with. A warlord distinct from Immortan Joe. But Taylor-Joy and Hemsworth are a great pairing, and Taylor-Joy is an overwhelmingly convincing action heroine. She sells this sequel. Good. Good. I am intrigued to see how Chris Hemsworth does with Dementus overall, though. I've heard he's absolutely chewing up the scenes, loving life, hamming it up. We get one from The Hollywood Reporter here. It says, Furiosa's ultimate reckoning with Dementus fulfills the revenge promise, even if Miller can't resist stoking the mythic aspect by having alternate versions of the warlord's fate, attempting to make it the stuff of legend. This time, not quite. That's cool. The thing about this world is it is all sort of built on myth and legend and passed around the wasteland. We don't quite know what's happening here, there and everywhere. So I like that. George Miller's Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, weaves a hero's journey of epic proportions, ushering in a powerful reflection of what it means to live and love in a dying world. Nice, 10 out of 10. Jesus. Notice how all of these are different? Literally all of them are different. That's good. That's a good sign. That 9 times out of 10 would mean that there's no studio interference in these reviews. That's a really, really good sign. How do we brave the world's cruelties? By refusing to become them ourselves. Such an eternally combusting prequel might seem like a strange lead-in to a movie that spit fire in every direction, but don't you worry, George Miller still has what it takes to make it epic. That's an A- from IndieWire. This action franchise set in sun-blasted sandscapes is evergreen. A special place in Valhalla awaits George Miller. 4 out of 5. Basically, people are loving it, but there is a distinct difference between each and every single review. Variety said the most important thing to say about Furiosa, however, is that what it all adds up to is a movie that can be darkly bedazzling and that will be embraced and defended in a dozen passionate ways, but it's one that, to me, falls very short of being a Mad Max home run. I know that's negative, but I like to see it. It makes me much, much, much more convinced that overall, this film is relatively decent. And I know that sounds weird, like, how does that make any sense? It does. So, when critics are universally praising something, like Doctor Who, for instance, yeah, there's a reason why. But when it's a bit mixed, or mixed to positive, looking good. It's alright. So, tip your the greasy, dusty, battered hat to George Miller, who's pulling off some kind of ridiculous feat by turning these grungy action movies into a grand saga. That's great. I'm all in for this. I think this is good stuff. I mean, there is obviously more. But overall, this is pretty positive. I like all of this. I'm looking forward to this movie. Massively looking forward to it, actually. I need to double check when it releases in the UK, because that's going to be, yeah, interesting. But I'll be there day one, having a look at it, watching it, giving you my review. I already know what happens in this movie. I did a reveal video a few months back now, 2 months or so ago. But I am excited for this. This is positive. There's no running theme across any of these reviews. There's nothing that unifies them as a running theme, which is reassuring. Shows me that, yeah, the studio didn't really interfere that much in these reviews. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. And also, it's a weird movie to show at Cannes Film Festival, but good. Good. So yeah, thoughts down below. Are you keen on this? Are you not? I know loads of people are like, it's woke, bah. I think it's going to be good fun. Although, warning, apparently there's more use of green screen and sound stages in this than there was in the previous movie, Fury Road. But I think that's mainly just because of how much of a, yeah, how that sort of turned into a complete shit show. So, anyway, what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts. Like I said at the start, hit subscribe if you're new here. Support the channel via Patreon. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.